Hi Cedar Park homeowners. Today we're going to review the Cedar Park real estate housing market statistics, talk about what you should be paying attention to if you want to know where the market's heading, and what you should be doing now if you're planning to sell in the next 6 months. I'm Eric Peterson, broker and owner of Kopa Real Estate and a Cedar Park homeowner. Let's get to the statistics. So there were 113 homes sold in Cedar Park in September, down from 13.7% from 131 sales in September 2020. And 129 sales in September 2019. Average sales price was $521,578, which was up 25.6% from September 2021, but down from July's average price, which was $572,277. In part, this has become more because more larger homes were sold in the summer. Only one home sold for over $1 million in September compared to 8 in July. So only 7 homes were sold were over 3,500 square feet compared to 18 in July. Because fewer large homes sell in Cedar Park at this time of the year, when you're looking at the real estate statistics, it's important to understand your home may sell in October for a higher price than what it would have sold for in September, even if the average prices are lower. Perhaps a more accurate statistic to look at is the average dollar per square foot, which is up to $242.72, up 47.5% compared to September 2020. And the median price increased to $475,000, which is a 23.4% increase from September 2020 and a $150,000 increase compared to September 2019. With only 92 active homes on the market and 173 homes under contract as of October 1st, we're still in a strong seller's market. The average number of days it took for a home to go under contract in Cedar Park was 11 days. This was up 2 days from August, but still down considerably from 30 days in September of 2020. Please remember, if you have a deadline when your home has to be sold, be sure to contact us well in advance of that date, and don't simply count 11 days plus the 30 days that it normally takes from contract to close and contact us 41 days before your deadline. On average, homes in Cedar Park sold for 4% over the list price in September. And this is down from June when homes sold on average for 12% over list price. It's not surprising. We've been seeing the over asking price percentages decrease as list prices have increased to more accurately reflect the current market. Sellers should know we are still in one of the best markets ever with historic sales prices, fast timelines, and motivated buyers. For buyers, it means you have more opportunities than earlier in 2021, but you can't confuse that with the market crashing or a significant drop in prices. I had a home go under contract yesterday. Once buyers found out it was under contract, I had several agents contact me about the house, but they're too late. Often buyers wait around until they know somebody else put a home under contract before they feel it's safe to make a decision, and that is a mistake. On the bottom end of the market, there were only 28 homes in Cedar Park that sold for $400,000 or under in September. In 2020, there were 78 that sold for $400,000 or below. And in 2019, there were 96 homes for selling for that price range. In Cedar Park, the highest priced home sold was at $1,125,000 in September, and that was in Rancho Brushy Creek. And that was the only home that sold over $1 million in September. The lowest priced home sold was a condo in the Buttercup Townhomes, and the single family home that sold for the lowest price was in Cedar Park Square at $295,000. The smallest home sold was the same home in Cedar Park Square at only 1,098 square feet. And the largest home sold was in Twin Creeks at 4,135 square feet. And the home that sold for $143 per square foot was a home that needed a lot of updating in Carriage Hills. And the home that sold for the highest dollars per square foot was a nicely done flip home in Buttercup Creek. Last week a home seller in the Rancho Brushy Creek told me she doesn't believe anything she hears, and only 10% of what she reads until she can research it herself. That's a good policy. So before you make any plans based on the monthly statistics, let's talk about how they impact your specific situation. Where's the market going? If you want to know, just watch the active listings. Most real estate statistics are lagging indicators of the market. That means that the September home sales information really provides information about what was happening back in July and August when those homes went under contract. Unfortunately, by the time you see the statistics in our publications and videos, that may have already changed. So experts are divided about what we're going to see over the next year. Some say we're entering a high tax, high inflation, and high interest rate market, which may cause the bubble to burst. Others expect we'll continue the trend of a low inventory of homes for sale, causing prices to go up. If you want to keep up with where the market's going, watch the number of active listings. These are homes that have been put up for sale and not yet under contract. More active listings means buyers have more homes to choose from and may not make offers with a price as high as they would have if there were fewer choices. So it is important to watch the trends and how they compare to previous years. Take a look at this chart of active listings over the last 3 years. If you take a look at last summer, you see where the number of active listings took a nosedive and continued until this summer. So it's no wonder the market spiked when buyers only had 25% of the typical number of homes to choose from earlier this year. So the current trend shows the active listings increasing, but still well below the 2019 levels. And I'll be watching the number of active listings. In addition, I'll be paying attention to the emails and phone calls I receive from builders. Although some new homes are listed in the MLS, to a large extent, this is an inventory of homes for sale not calculated via MLS statistics. So call me if you want to know what's going on in our area on a day-by-day basis. If you will be selling, what can you do now? Well, there's 2 things you should do to be ready in case we do see a spike in active listings. That way, you'll be ready while other sellers will still be a month behind you. First is attend one of our online home selling workshops this month. Sign up at kopaworkshop.com. And if you know you'll be selling your home in the next 6 months and we'll be helping you with your move, contact us today to put together a plan. And that would include taking green pictures while your yard and landscaping still looks great and doing any make-ready at a time of the year when it's easier to schedule a handyman, etc., and prices for that make-ready will be lower. I appreciate you watching and I appreciate your support. Make it a great day in Cedar Park.